Hey, it's Haakan with TopDon. Today we're going to do just a quick video talking about getting our RLink Lite or RLink J2534 set up properly to work with Ford's FJDS software. FJDS software can be purchased through motorcraftservice.com, and when you are doing the installation, there are a number of different things you want to keep in mind. Ford will provide a document on their website outlining what PC requirements you have that your PC needs to meet. It's also important to keep in mind that you want to install the latest update of the version of Ford FJDS before proceeding. It's also important to understand that Ford FJDS software is applicable to 2018 and older Ford vehicles in most cases. For newer Ford vehicles, 2018 and newer, you will typically be using FDRS instead of FJDS. This video is just pertaining to FJDS. We'll make a separate video for FDRS. What we're going to cover in this video is we're going to show you the installation of the drivers on the RLink Suite, and then we're going to show you how to get the device connected to the software properly. And at that point, it is up to you to take over and do the programming and the service on the vehicle. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll walk you through it. So the first thing we're going to do is open up our RLink Suite. And once we get our RLink Suite opened up, we want to make sure we have our RLink Lite or our RLink J2534 plugged in to the DLC of a vehicle and also plugged into the computer via USB. We should get a screen like this. This shows that the RLink is connected. You see the green here. Now this one, because I'm using the RLink Lite and it has a battery internally, I do not have to have it connected to the vehicle in order to verify everything and get it connected. The RLink J2534, you may need to plug into a DLC or data link connector of a vehicle in order to get it connected. Then we want to check and make sure that the device firmware is fully updated, and you can see it's grayed out here, so that means we are on the latest version. This is all found under the My Device tab of the software. So the next thing we're going to do is click on Driver Management here in the Center tab. Then we're going to click on Driver Info, and then we're going to go to our All Drivers list, and we're going to hit that Update list to make sure we see them. Now, currently, before I got started on this job, I had the Chrysler driver installed. The guidance from our engineering team has suggested that you uninstall any other drivers other than the vehicle brand which you are going to be working on. So we need to delete the Chrysler driver, and we need to install the Ford driver. So we're going to click on the Chrysler driver, and then we're going to click on Uninstall, as you see here, highlighted by the red box. And it's going to ask us to confirm, and we're going to say, yes, we want to uninstall. It's going to perform the uninstallation. Then we're going to click on the Driver Management tab again, and we're going to click on Driver Download, as you see with the red arrow here. Then we're going to find the driver we need, which again, this video is on Ford, so we want the Ford driver. So we're going to click on that. We're going to click on the Ford driver, and we're going to download it. Next, we're going to, after we've clicked on Ford, we'll get a download button here. We're going to go ahead and click that. You can also see that they are telling us we need to have the latest version of the firmware for the RLink Lite or the RLink J2534 installed. So that's why we always want to perform that check before we go downloading the drivers and attempting to proceed. Once the driver has downloaded, we can go back to our Driver Management tab. We can click on our Driver Info, and then we can hit our Update list and make sure that the Ford software has successfully installed. You should also see a quick pop-up like this that says it was installed into the Driver Info. Once we've successfully installed the Ford driver here, we can go ahead and close out of the RLink Suite. The next thing we're going to do is open up Ford FJDS. So if you have a shortcut for that already, or you go down to your Windows menu here and we type in FJDS, we should see the app listed in our list of apps. And we're going to go ahead and click on it and launch the app. Once we get into FJDS, now again, you do have to have your license already carried out. So make sure that you've already purchased the license in order to use the software from Ford. Then we're going to click up on this little vehicle here up at the top. That's just a tab. We're going to click on that tab. We're going to verify we're on this tab down here in the bottom left. And then we're also going to click on Start a New Session. Once we've clicked on those things, click the little car, start a new session, and verified that we are on this tab down in the bottom left, then we can click the little blue check mark in the bottom right. The blue check mark is always how you confirm your selections and then proceed to the next step. So then we're going to get a little screen that pops up like this and just says, hey, here's some stuff about using your J2534. Make sure that you have it set up correctly and make sure you're not going to cause any hazards. So again, we're still on the little vehicle tab in the top left, and this other tab you see down in the bottom left. Those are the two tabs we're on. And we're going to confirm we acknowledge this message. And the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to verify that the driver is recognized as being installed by the Ford FJDS software. So in order to do that, we're going to click on the Info tab, which we see up here in the top left. It's kind of that blue half circle with the dot. And then we're going to click on Hardware. You see we are also down here in this Center tab. So after we click the Info tab, we want to make sure we're on the Center tab down here on the bottom left. And then we want to click on Hardware. After we click on Hardware, we should have some options where we can maximize the list here. So you see we hit Hardware. It shows us our current J2534 that we're connected to. So we had a different J2534 connected. We're going to click on our list here, and it's going to show us the list of all the different J2534 devices that we have installed drivers for. And we're going to make sure that the TOPDON J2534 is listed right here. Once we've confirmed that this is the case, then we can proceed to the next step. Again, all we're verifying here is that the driver is installed and that FJDS is recognizing that that driver is installed. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to click the little Swiss Army knife down in the bottom left here. Once we click the little Swiss Army knife, instead, if we go back one slide here, you notice we were on the Center tab, the little computer with the search glass on the bottom left. We're going to click that Swiss Army knife now instead. When we click the Swiss Army knife, now it's going to bring us up the ability to change our J2534 selected device. So we're going to click on that Select J2534 Pass-Through Device. And it's going to highlight like this. And then we're going to click our little check mark in the bottom right. And again, you notice we're on the little Swiss Army knife tab on the bottom left. And we're on the little blue circle half moon thing on the top left. Next, after we hit that blue check mark, we should get a pop-up window just like this, which allows us to change our J2534 to the TOPDON selection, which will be your TOPDON RLink Lite or your TOPDON RLink J2534. The FJDS software will recognize it the same way as far as the driver list, so it won't show like RLink Lite and RLink J2534. It'll simply show TOPDON Technology 4.04. Once we see that, we'll select the TOPDON driver, or J2534. We're gonna hit the green check mark here. And then after we do that, the little window will disappear. And immediately after that window disappears, we want to pay attention to the bottom left of the screen. And assuming that the driver is installed correctly and you have it plugged into USB, the RLink Lite or the RLink J2534, you should have a successful connection that should pop up on the bottom left. Once that has completed, now we can go ahead and proceed with whatever operations we are looking to perform with the Ford FJDS software, whether that is programming or that is a service function or whatever it might be. Now we can proceed with those functions. Now again, This video is simply meant to give you the basic guidance to get you connected to the Ford software with your RLink J2534 or your RLink Lite. If you're looking for assistance with actual programming, unfortunately, that is not something we can walk you through on TOPDON support. You want to keep that in mind, that we can help you with the tool itself and make sure the tool connects. And if you are attempting to execute a programming and you get an error that you believe may be related to the tool, then we can assist you with that. But as far as the troubleshooting or the process of programming itself, unfortunately, that is something you will have to seek additional training through some aftermarket resources. So we appreciate you taking the time to watch this video on basic setup of the TOPDON RLink Lite and RLink J2534, using it with Ford FJDS software. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video anywhere you think it would be beneficial for other users. And as always, I'm Haakan with TOPDON. Thanks again for watching.